got another update on our hands. No time for start screens when you've got a Dreams update. Although, I should fix my camera up. My exposure is going to be all jacked up. Yeah. There we go. Should be a bit better. So, what on earth could be in today's update? Let's pull up the Dreams website and take a look. I love me the title screen in Dreams. Let's see here. I'm pulling up the Dreams website over here. Let's take a look. What do we have here? I already read about this one. Just a bug fix? Might just be a bug fix. I don't know. Alright. Alright, so be it. Let's just hop right into Dreams then. Let's see. Yes, I know. That's very nice. Oh, a survey. What kind of valuable information do they want from the guy who's abusing Dreams for advent of code? Less than 10 minutes to complete. How would I identify myself as a dreamer? Primarily a creator, mostly a creator with some playing, both a creator and a player equally. No, I'm primarily a creator. I have yet to play anybody's dream game here. I exclusively use Dreams for programming experiments. Let's see. How do you feel about your recent experience in Dreams over the last 4 months? I feel great about it, despite spending 4 hours a day trying to do simple programming problems. But I feel great about it. It's great. Could you tell us a bit more about why you rated your recent experience in Dreams as great? I've been pushing it to its limits. I've been pushing the logic system, I'll say, to its limits as an experiment. And while that has been difficult, it has been a lot of fun. Also, I've found a lot of great stuff on the Dreamiverse. How do you feel about your recent experience playing? I don't play. How do you feel about your recent experience creating? Great. I'm going to get into it. I'll fill out the rest of the survey later. This is going to be highly redundant, apparently. So, my task for the day is to finish up Advent of Code day 20, or day 12. Advent of Code 2022, day 12. What is this problem called? I forget. Let's see. It is called Hill Climbing Algorithm. And it's so far a little strange. So basically, we are trying to figure out the shortest path up to the top of this mountain, which you see is sort of invisible right now. Actually, I can make it more visible if I go into the baked objects thing. So you can see that it is sort of this spiraling mountain thing, and we're trying to get to this spot right here. And the objective is to see the shortest path. The way I am doing this is a little strange. It is to flood fill the graph with elves. You can see this is working great so far. This is not like the ending of Inside at all. Hopefully I didn't just spoil Inside for anybody watching. So the idea with the flood fill is that you can figure out the shortest path through a system by flood filling the system. You know, at each step of the way you are like, you know, taking one more step in whatever direction, and like the whoever can do that. What am I trying to say? Each time that you get to a particular square, I'm not sure this is 100% true, but each time you get to a particular square, you record how quickly you got there. And the first one there must have been the shortest path to that spot, right? And in my case, I only need to track how many steps it took to get there, not the actual path that it took, which works out great for me. So basically, like, what I'm doing then is having this elf walk up to this mountain thing, and then he starts replicating. Except that the replication is kind of busted. It is definitely doing the wrong stuff in a lot of places, and I need to further restrict it by like some of the rules of you know, which things are even climbable. So for example, this guy here is spawning ones that try to go to the right, but you can't climb up to the right. That's like literally not allowed by the rules of the problem. So what I need to do, I didn't think of this last night, but better late than never, is expand some of this logic here to be like, if the space in that direction is no more than one higher, well, I can go to that square if it's one higher or less than where I currently am, right? I can only go up by a single step at most. So I need to express that logic here. This is for moving down. So, but basically we just, the logic right now is basically just saying if there's a space there at all and it has not been visited yet, and now I need to add another condition, which is basically going to just be a less than. If the height of yonder tile is less than or equal to our current height plus 1. And our current height comes from here. Nope, not there. That's the visited. From here. So now, well, that probably doesn't actually achieve much of anything, especially because I didn't wire it in here. It'll probably achieve more on the right one because that's the only one that actually has things that are too tall right now. So let's hook it up over there as well. This one goes up to my current height. This one goes to the height of the thing to my right. So now maybe we're hoping for the one that goes here to not spawn any to his right. And he didn't. So that's good. Oh, it almost was working. But this guy wanted to run all the way back to the start square for some reason. That's peculiar. If the height of the thing to the right is less than or equal to 1 plus our current height. I mean, that's correct, I'm pretty sure. But I'm a little bit confused by... Oh no, this is a height of 2. It can't jump up there. But this one should have spawned another one down, and it didn't. Why it didn't, I'm not sure. Let's go debug. So it may be a selector state issue, because, well, the one below us does exist. It has a height of 3, which is correct. It has not been visited, which is correct. And our current height of 3. Well, so 3 is in fact less than or equal to 4. So this should have gone ahead and spawned another one, but it seems like perhaps we had a selector state sort of issue. That flicker is there because of an annoying reason, and who knows, maybe that's the bug. Maybe there's something jank around that. But we did get to state C, which should only happen via state B. So we should have gone through state B. Not sure. Not sure. Why do you want to run all the way back there? Why is that what you want to do? Was that the down elf or the right elf? That's the right elf. But his coordinates are in fact 0, 0. So that's peculiar. This elf, on the other hand, definitely tried to spawn one to the right. You know, it computed coordinates for that of 4, 4. And is that accurate? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so it seems that when it spawned it, well, yeah, because it was at 3, 4, and it got there successfully. So somehow, when it spawned that other one, it didn't get the correct new coordinates that I was supposed to. Hey, how's it going? Thank you. It is crazy, and I'm dealing with ever crazier stuff now, so. So it seems like... Wait, that one did spawn to... Huh, that time it behaved differently. There's still some jank. But also, so it's so weird. Their heads are the only thing that seem to collide with each other. They can stand in the same place. So I'm just getting these like Horrible, horrible elf zombies. I kind of think, let's see here. I kind of think that when I'm gonna try modifying this a little further. First of all, we need to go through the 4 and 5 states here. We need to spawn the up and left, if that's also applicable. But then I think there's one more state that we want to be in, which is after all this forkery, we need to actually destroy ourselves. These elves are like mayflies. Because I need to keep the sort of cost down, and it's actually not helpful for the elves to persist. Now, why did they not... Boy, mysteries abound. Why you no do? Oh, because E didn't loop around to F. That's all. Simple, simple mistakes. Huh? Why? The collider shouldn't have been active on the others. It shouldn't have been active. Come on, man. What is going on here? Let's see. Did they already destroy themselves? I'm trying to like catch them before they pop out of existence. But it seems like a losing battle. No, there we go. There we go. I caught him. But it's already in that state, and it's going now to tick on ahead. Because, okay, the pulsar can't even win because at the same time there's always going to be pulses active on later parts of the selector, and the later one always wins. Okay, well that's novel. It's turning out to be, this hacky flickery solution is turning out to be a bad idea. Who could have seen it coming? So the reason it was there is because I was desperately trying to get it to go back into state A, but I guess the issue is more so that there's always, yeah, that makes sense. There's always hot wires coming in on the other ports, no matter what, after we spawn, which means that we always tick ahead to the next one. This is likely the source of a lot of my problems. So let's ditch some of those wires. And let's figure out a better solution. And get rid of the flicker, because it's stupid. So if this is not true, we let's see here. I can do a little bit of microchip shenanigans to implement some pass-through. And power on and off that pass-through. So if we do this, basically, like this will allow me to do the wraparound from B to C, from C to D, from D to E, and from E to F. But also power this entire thing on and off. Which totally makes sense, right? Basically what I'm trying to do here is that if we are not, if we have not visited the tile that we're going to, and this state is like, because we're trying to like go to a particular place, right? And if we haven't visited that tile, and I might have to actually tweak some stuff. Then we want to reset our whole state, not go through any of our like spawning process until we get there. Which is basically this not gate here. Only if, and we need that to preempt anything else, which is why I have this thing that can be powered off. So only if we're visited will we ever advance to the next thing. I mean, hopefully this helps with some of those issues, but I thought of one other thing that could be causing some mild unreliability. I mean, that's sort of working actually how I wanted, but there is a bit of a catch, which is that I think that perhaps some of them are, I think my wireless transmitter stuff is not working quite as well as I wanted. Let's see what's happening with this guy. Sure enough, he's being marked as visited despite not being at his destination yet. This is not what we want. Visited should only be true if we're actually like considered to be at our destination. So we're at our destination and that tile is marked as visited. Right now it's just like, oh, you're on a visited tile, therefore run your whole sequence, which is wrong. So this actually needs to be expanded a little bit. To include this calculator thing here, which I should really condense all into I can condense all of that into a single microchip to save some space on this diagram. Actually, let's pull this one out. That one I want to just be sort of pure. This one we can call at dest. We are at our destination. So, and that one we can pull over to the left here for some nice clean wiring. Because then we can modify this logic a little bit, throw an AND gate on there. This is going to wire into the places that this was wired into. So that now might fix up one more case. I mean, that looks fixed to me. So this works, right? Those two split out nice. It seems like one of them might not have gotten its new coordinates correctly. It's still 1-0. Let's investigate a few elves around here. This one is 1-1, as it should be. The other one has died. So this is the new one that was spawned, but it's running back to the same place. You can see that it spawns to the right. It spawns to the right and then walks to the center over and over again. Also, lots of them want to run back into that position now. There's a big party on spot 1-0 now. What is happening? I don't understand. So this thing should be... I'm gonna try something really stupid. which is I'm actually not going to I'm not going to delete them from the world immediately. I'm going to make them ascend to heaven, which will assist my debugging. I promise. We're going to make them fly straight up with some power at some speed for like a second or two, and then poof, poof. So once we hit this, then we will power on said timer. And when the timer, well, actually, there's really no need. When the timer is finished, we turn on the destroyer. That's really all we need, because this whole microchip can just be powered on. Perfect. This is excellent, excellent, excellent now. So what this allows, first of all, yeah, let's put this a little bit off to the side. I want to take a look at the first one to ascend. Okay. All right, now there's another one ascending a little too quickly here. But you, what state do you think you're in, huh? So, basically, one of these should have fired. The thing to our right in this spot, if we look over here, it has a height of 2, which yeah, I mean, you can see that all the conditions are met here, right? except for us being in state C, which would happen temporarily. But you can see that the space to our right has not been visited. That's what this wire corresponds to. The height of it, 2, is less than or equal to 2. You know, so we should be allowed to spawn one and go to the right. And that should power on this thing, which adds 1 to our x coordinate and should therefore result in 2, 0, although this microchip is currently powered off. The result is that this thing is being fed 0 for reasons unclear to me. The wiring all seems correct here. So why would it spawn a dude with the wrong stuff? Wrong coordinates. We're gonna watch you, little guy. So it flickered. I'm gonna have to watch again, but I'm watching for one of these to light up. I saw it tick past state C, but I want to see this light up. It did. They actually did tick, both of them. So we may be dealing with a off by 1 frame situation here. I'm gonna see how lucky I can get. Oh, I did get lucky. I nailed the frame that it ticks to that. So we can see exactly the state of the logic here. For this guy, the thing to the right is at a height of 2 and hasn't been visited yet. The result is that since we're on this state here, we meet the conditions, right? It exists, it has a non-zero height, it's not been visited, and its height, 2, is less than or equal to 2, which means that we power on both the right emitter, that's what actually spawns the other guy, and at the same time, these variable modifiers are attempting to set a value of, you know, the coordinates 2, 0. So this is actually correct, but unfortunately, the guy that spawned, well, let's see, he did spawn with 2, 0. But it just sets to 1, 0. Like the variable modifier hasn't taken effect yet. We can also see now over here that the whole visited condition isn't met yet because we haven't reached our... Oh. Or have we? So, because it's starting out with these old values, this is actually... Okay, this is actually a little bit strange. I'm going to try changing something about our buddy, the starter elf. Namely, I want to spawn the right guy in the exact same space. Exact same space. And we want to see if we can trigger this. Oh, maybe that actually just worked. Not quite. Some of these guys are... Huh? What? What is happening? What is... Huh? Why are you not dying? Your destroyers were supposed to go off. What? They reset back to state A. So they didn't, the destroyers didn't stay on. This is hilarious. They're just hovering up here now. What? Why, dude? Come on. Come on, Dreams. Get out of here with that. That's preposterous. Anyway, hi Python or CPP. Yeah, this is Dreams. It is a game creation game for the PlayStation made by Media Molecule, the creators of Little Big Planet. It has this whole visual block-based logic thing that all integrates with everything else that their little toy, fun, great, good engine has to offer. And yeah, it is in fact a PlayStation exclusive. So get yourself a PlayStation 4. It's not a PS5 exclusive. It's a PS4 game. So if you are interested, it is considerably more attainable on a PS4 these days. So I need to change this. I'm not going to do the power thing. I'm going to do the reset the timer thing. Where this is basically going to let's see, is there anything for like timer active, timer progress? Here, we'll do that. This might be kind of funny. It might sort of like accelerate. Or maybe it just won't work at all. These are the options, you know. Do they still die after a certain amount of time? No. No, they do not. I didn't mean to press that button. Why are you alive? Huh? It's like it didn't reset the timer at all. It's also like it's not powering the mover at all. Which I don't understand. It's, none of these look like they're powered on. Am I crazy here? The microchip should just be on. Well, I don't understand that at all. You lot are gonna get off of that microchip and just float down here. And we'll see if this works any different. Really doesn't. That's nice. So why? The timer is like not resetting. Also, it's not powered on. So, is it just that these three are not? The timer wasn't powered on. Everything else was fine. Ha! Yeah, you know what? That's fair. It is accurate to what I told it to do. Now, fly away. Why are you spawning so many more extra now? And why are you still... Some of them are just not getting the coordinates that they're supposed to. Well, so much for that run. Why? I have this almost perfectly reliable method. So this one successfully moves to the right. He spawns more. Like there's like extra spawning there for some reason. They're just like staying on for reasons unclear to me. I kind of want to change the location of this spawner too. Their heads are all colliding with each other, which is a problem, kind of. But the actual logic seems to be working much better now. Except for the part where some of them spawn with those old coordinates, and then that's where they go. Why? Also, please, just can I disable collision for the head already? I already tried to label the head as friend and disable collision with friend, and yet... Let's see, I could probably, since we're just talking about the head here, turn off collision or something. Because like does this help? No, parts of the head are still unfortunately getting stuck. Do I have to just keep diving in one group at a time and be like, you are friend, do not collide with friend? Oh my god, I do though. Otherwise they just continue to tangle up in exactly the same way, which is just so frustrating. It's literally not even collidable. Which things in here are collidable? Their eyes? Eyes collidable. You and your freaking collidable eyeballs. Your collidable ears. Just cut it out already. Your collidable, not collidable hair, but collidable hats. Please just stop. Yeah, there we go. So now I can actually sort of spawn them inside each other without penalty. Makes it a lot easier to track. They just really want to move back to that spot. Why do they want to? Some of them are spawning with the right variables. You know, those guys all worked. That one screwed up. It's like the variable modifiers are not checking scope correctly in some cases. Like, we're just getting nonsense variable updates that, like, you know, how can... There's like no way that they can actually get that value. Because like you have the coordinates 2, 4. When you spawn stuff, how is it possible for the thing that you spawn? Hold on, I need to like... to get the coordinates 1, 0. Like, where are those coming from? Is it like because these have... There's like no way though. The 1 on X it can only be non-zero if one of these is powered. So explain that. So, to be clear, we're gonna watch this guy. Frick. It's impossible. Can I slow this down? I think I can, actually. I can... add a, like, 1 second timer. That I reset and then pulse through to port C here, just like this one was. Can get a few of those. Spaced out horribly, as is the norm. Never will I ever understand. Each of those are going to proceed into the next input, like so, at which point we can delete those ugly wires. So now there should be a 1 second delay on each spawn. And that means that we should be able to more easily inspect what's going on with this guy. So, state B is spawning down. There is no down to go to. So we move to state D. What just happened? What states did it just tick through, man? Like, what? What? All right. We're going to look a little more closely at your timers this time. Why are all your timers restarting? I started all of these at... What? Well, like, huh? Why are all your timers restarting? Like... I don't understand this at all. So right now, what are you doing? Your timers are active but powered off from some prior thing. That's just what I wanted, yeah. So that's interesting. How can they be that way? Also, yeah, wait a minute. Are they not spawning in this direction a little too fast? No, I guess not. So, like, what about you? Did you just spawn? Yes, you did. So this is the same one that I was looking at, and as such, I'm not really going to learn anything new. So let's look back at an earlier one. Yeah, your timers are already started. Why is that? Why is that? This is very odd to me. Because what's happening here is, like, I expected the timers to be full. They should just immediately, as of like what the first guy is doing, be full. Because if we look at this guy right now, his timers are all full, and one at a time they should reset. Oh, let's try that again. I need to, like, deliberately set this back a couple ticks. Just to make room for the code from the front elf. Here, let's go into preview mode here. Timers are all full. Now that one ticks around, that one ticks around, that one ticks around, that one ticks around, and he elevates. But I suppose the elf going to the right starts with... Okay, right. Because the timers are actually, like, new state. This guy spawns with a timer already expired because basically it was, like, reset on the tick that he spawned. Just bam, immediately. And as such, he's going to carry that timer forward into his future spawns. So that's what's going on. This is not ideal. Because then what happens is that you have a bunch of timers that are just running as soon as you get to your destination, and they're not supposed to be. So, yeah. Oh, why you gotta be so difficult, Dreams? So, I mean, I guess this makes sense. Sorta. I would like them to not spawn with this reset it performed, but, like, I might not have a lot of choice. What if I... This sucks, but don't take that sentence out of context. But I might be able to just keep timers from running if we're not in that state and ensure that whenever they're running, we do a reset. That seemed like it worked. These guys are waiting through their timers before they ascend. So that seemed more reliable. Strange, but it works. Because now if I look in here, this one carries that state, but it doesn't run while we don't want it to run. And that's good. That's a good thing. So, I mean, I guess I'll save this. This is a small improvement, but I'm still having the issue where they're spawning with the wrong values, which is really bad, actually. Like, I am not going to be able to do this problem right if that's how this is going to be. Because you can see that most of the time it's fine, right? Like, he spawns that way and that way, but then, like, that one's the first one where something goes wrong. Instead of getting the coordinates instead of getting coordinates 1, 1, it gets 1, 0. Like, one of them just doesn't get set correctly. I wonder, my pause there was me just having an idea. It's not a great idea, but basically just doing the timer thing out here too. Like I said, great idea. Let's see, I can collapse that for now, although I might get rid of some of those timers. See, these are the emitters, right? I should really name this as such. Okay. What I think I could do is just put the timers like on this. So yet more delays where we like wait a second. And then when that is done, that's when we actually spawn this thing. So that would be this incoming emitter instead of that. So the variable modifiers would be set continuously, which hopefully would solve an issue. That did not. Okay, so that didn't work. Why? Why, dude? Why does it have to be like this? Why? Like... Why does it have to be like this? Let's see. The spawn should also be the thing ticking us around to state C. So maybe that's my issue. It's really not. It's really not. This is so great. So, we've met the conditions to spawn a guy to the right. As such, our thing has spawned for us to go to X. This is to go down, so X0, Y, or Z1. That's correct. We're waiting to power this one on. And when we get there, we do spawn a new one, but we also spawn like 100 of them. For reasons unclear to me, because is it just because now it's like these are somehow remaining powered? I don't really know how, nor why they're spreading out in such a glorious array. All I can say is that sucks, as always. Weirdly, it's like a bunch of them are just walking here. Like, what are they even doing? Why are they here? What do they think they're moving toward? They're moving toward 013, a coordinate which has never and could never exist. Which is interesting. But I guess that explains why they just walk to their doom so happily. I can only assume this would happen because they're part of the down spawn, which means that this thing is the active one. And for some reason, a bunch of extras spawn. But why would they? Why would they spawn? I mean, the setup here before was just this wired into that, which... Oh... That's weird and bad. The issue is that this actually does keep feeding power to it, whereas before, as soon as they spawn, this becomes untrue. So I mean, this is a hack, but what isn't? Only do it if that condition is also met. Why does this not fix it? How on earth does that not fix it? It doesn't make any sense. Your coordinates are 0, 9. I mean, it's spawning like a whole array of these things. And as soon as they spawn, this is not true, this should not be getting power, and they should not be emitting anymore. So, like, what gives then? I don't understand. If I get rid of this, and we go back to what we had before, does that just fix it? Yes. Of course, now it only spawns down, which is fine, actually. That makes sense, because I'm not... I got rid of the wraparound here. Why does this stuff gotta be so weird, man? Why does this stuff gotta be so weird all the time? So that works. I might... Let's see, we'll start by putting that back together. But let's start on state C instead of state B, you know? Let's basically only spawn the right direction. We got extras here. Why did we get extras? Maybe this fork exec model was not the right model. Okay, yeah. The extras here are a problem. Did I just delete one? I might have deleted one. Your coordinates are still 1, 0. You're still in. Therefore, it's like you just didn't spawn with the correct variables at all. Can it be solved with a frame delay? He asked incredulously. Let's see. Let's see if it can. What we want is actually not to spawn on the same tick as that, but to do a frame delay, which is, or a, you know, wireless transmitter induced frame of delay. Which can be something like, we will call this, we'll put it in scope here, and we'll call this spawn down. When we receive said signal, that's what we'll pass in there. This will receive in the scene and only take spawn down. So there's a frame delay, and that is what will shove us around to that's what's going to shove us around to port B on here. Or port C. Yes. I'm gonna do that before I forget. First of all, does this work at all? It does. It's not spawning to the right at all anymore. I thought that it would at least do that. But let's keep making more of these. This one is going to be spawn right. Which is what this one will now listen to. And when that happens, that's the one that kicks us around to state that one. Whichever direction that's gonna be. The remainder shouldn't matter. Let's see if this works. Why are the humans like this? No, it's... God, this is weird. Okay, so that was the spawn down. We should... oh, no, wait, I missed a case. Yeah, I missed a case. Because does this take us to state C? Which one does this take us to? Also, screw you, grid. This one takes us to state C. So this is wired into the wrong thing. That's nice. State C then goes down to spawn right. That's spawn right, and that takes us to state D, which at this point, we just let it propagate. Okay. So that actually sort of worked. It missed a spawn to the right now. Now, the remainder here are just like a bunch of down spawns stacking up, which is actually expected. I expected that to happen. What I didn't expect to happen is for this one to fail to spawn one to the right. And that's what we need to investigate now. So let's keep an eye on you, shall we? See, this is also, to be clear, in the scene, and this is transmitting only here within this group, so that should be fine. Now, when this moves to there, spawn down becomes true. We got our frame delay out of the deal, and this timer is now running. Then, for some reason, we never advanced. The timer never finished before we powered down. No, this is powered on. But we went back to state B. Why did we go back to state B? Why do you have to be like this? Hey, Jimmy. Day 12 is just insane. Let's see here. So, he goes to state B and stays there. Why? Oh no, because he doesn't need to spawn one down? No, he did spawn one down. But then the timer expires or something, and what I think is happening here, what I can see, is that, well, so I have a bunch of elves self-replicating, which, you know, is completely reliable and easy to understand. Let's see, he spawns down. At the moment, that happens because the conditions for this are met. You can see that that is happening here, where now this timer is running. But now what's going to happen is that the elves are going to get there. The thing is going to mark as visited, and everything is going to halt. That sucks. That sucks. That sucks. The idea was to have them sort of propagate across this grid. And I'm getting closer to having it working, but now this is the annoying part. Because basically, well, I didn't. How do I keep them from disabling like that? I could, I suppose, disable this, or I'll just make it a really short timer for now, and that'll just let me quickly debug the issue. That actually seems like it's working great. But those guys stuck. They're stuck in the gap in the crease and can't climb up. They're stuck sliding, which is an extremely stupid way for my program to halt. That's an extremely stupid way for my program to halt. Very bad and stupid and dumb, and bad and stupid and dumb. So let's patch out these timers entirely, and then dig into some. Then I guess go decrease the smoothing on our snow here, to avoid this sliding issue. There is an auto jump, and they are auto jumping, but the problem is that they don't jump. Oh, for god damn it, that didn't work either, apparently. Delay is now absolutely critical to this whole project, which is just what I love to see. So sure, we'll keep it. We'll just keep the, like, we'll just keep that delay, you know? We'll keep it. It's great. It's my favorite thing to have. So let's just, where is it? Tighten it up. Okay. Not too bad. Now some of you are still not auto jumping. You're still butt sliding, and I'm really not sure why. This is mostly working better. Now they're also doubling up, and honestly, I need to implement a fix to the doubling up, because it's just making things difficult. Because basically, and this is like an actual like algorithmic case that I didn't consider. And it's sort of, I think, due to, I mean, it's due to this sort of weird forking process way of doing this problem. So I'm pulling up my iPad here to sketch out potential fixes to this. Where is AirPlay? There is AirPlay. One second. That's not right at all. There we are. So, here's the issue that I'm having. I can have, here, let me draw out a grid. If I start out at like 1 here, and then I have elves move, you know, in these directions, that gets me to 2 in each. But now at the same time, or roughly the same time, both of the elves here and here are going to look at this spot and see, okay, that one hasn't been visited yet, I can go there. And so they're both going to independently spawn elves who get here and stack up a couple 3s. But then I need to basically, like, I need to either in some way prevent this from happening by having these two sort of communicate and like reserve a spot, which seems weird and like, or I get, which I don't know, it might work. I could do essentially like, I'm already storing data on each tile, so I could like have it flag it reserved and then first come first served. Or I could have the elves annihilate each other. The problem is that I need exactly one elf to survive. And I'm not sure how to achieve that if I don't have a like tiebreaker. You know, intuitively I would say, you know, if this one had like 3 and this one had 4, then 3 would win because I'm trying to find the shortest path through this thing. But that's not the case. They're both 3. And like, do I just, if I had to do a tiebreaker, then I feel like I would need to like generate a random number per elf or something. To just have like a tiebreaker, which that sucks. I think I might try the reserving tactic first. Especially because if I have some timing offset between all these guys, which I do, that should naturally sort itself out, and I shouldn't have any two things that are like reserving on the exact same tick. It should not be an issue. So that's going to be the tactic here, I think. So basically, it'll go, we're going to have essentially like a couple flags per tile. We're going to have reserved and visited. So then when we want to go to this one, we will see first, is it visited? No. If so, reserve it and send an elf over there. When the elf, and then, you know, similarly down here, we would go, is this visited? No. If so, reserve it and send an elf here. When they get there, they'll track the, you know, they'll mark it as visited in each case. And then they'll begin the process again. Now, I've been doing down spawns first. This might still actually work out with really crap timing for some reason, but, you know, then basically we would be, you know, we're gonna look down here and we're gonna see it's not reserved, or it's not visited, so, and it's not reserved, so reserve it. Send one down here. This one then would see, okay, that one's already been reserved. So therefore it's done. And this should avoid doubling up. So I think I can implement that. That shouldn't be too bad. Let me, crying out loud. All of my desk space is like completely taken up. Let me just screenshot this and get it onto my stream permanently, even when my iPad goes off. And then let's get back into it. So over here, we already have, as I said, visited. I can very easily expand this to reserved as well. Again, that is going to be set only locally. Track visited can just be reserve. This also, yeah, that needs to transmit everywhere. So this variable modifier will be 1. Now I also, I guess, need, this is going to be a little bit of a pain, but we're going to just expand that to a 3rd wire, which is going to come over here and cause everything to be super happy, fun, and great. Just need that to force it to have the correct type. And we need to pull down another value slider. We're going to need so much more space. Maybe not that much more space, but a lot more space. I'm not going to bother trying to do any clever wire tricks with this because I don't think it'll work. Everything gets the wrong offsets and alignments anyway. Let's see, I guess I can at least do that. That's all the fancy wire tricks you get from me tonight. So that's the reserved value for each of the directions that this thing can face. Up, down, left, right. So we can now, when we want to spawn one, we can reserve in that direction. And let's see, to that effect, I'm going to grab the wireless receiver for down here, which obnoxious. Extremely obnoxious. But I'll deal with it. I don't actually have an appropriate wireless transmitter, receiver, etc. At the moment. Let's see. Let's grab maybe, let's see, this one. What if I copy paste this over? Oh, it's still located on that thing. It's actually stored at that coordinate in the world instead of being relative to Let's do that. That should be a wireless receiver facing specifically in the down direction. It should be good enough to grab, I hope, only the one down below us. So this is going to be the message reserve. And that is what we are going to do here. We're going to reserve down. I guess the alternative would be to proxy them all through here, which is like annoying. And I'm not gonna. We'll just do this. This is fine. So this is going to reserve the thing in the down direction. I'm also going to reserve the thing in the right direction using a similar technique. I just need to move it to there because that's the one to his right. But I also need to annoyingly, I also now need to check for that in here. We need to say not visited and not reserved for all of these. So let's make more room on the old and block. Get that wired into. So many beautiful, beautiful conditions to check. I love it. I love how this wiring is looking. Let's replicate this moving down as well. So now maybe they won't double up. Or maybe they won't spawn to the right at all. It's a possibility. So we did spawn one down. So annoyingly, I've just reproduced the exact same issue here where I powered off my own frickin' timer. Because of the power situation that I set up on that. Which prevents me from ever moving on to the next state. This timer thing is really frustrating to me because what I wanted to do was simply delay before moving on to the next state. But due to the nuances of spawning stuff, these were also like resetting when well, you know, I wonder. Well, no, this all fell apart when I bypassed, didn't it? Like it didn't really work very well when I bypassed. I would love if I could. Let me just try it again. See what happens, you know, try my luck. Yeah, it doesn't work very well. Whatever those delays are doing. The problem is now that I didn't want to check this reserved thing, like... Some of these I care about reserve, some of these I don't. Also, all this is going to have to change somewhat anyway. Because it's not going to, there's other bugs here, but. I'd like to do those timers without powering down the timers. The issue is that I don't want to actually have them like fire once we're back in another state, because this state carries over in unpleasant ways. What I could maybe do I continue not to like this. Let's get these moved down here for a second. Is instead of doing power, just throw more AND gates on it, lol. you know? Like, just if in doubt, more AND gates. Just, oh, never mind, just only run this in specific situations. Nobody has ever had bugs arise from this practice. Okay, because even that still doesn't work. That didn't really solve the issue. It just keeps the timer running. It doesn't allow me to actually ignore the... The reserve thing only matters for the initial spawn. It actually doesn't matter for moving on to the next step. But moving on to the next step only happens if we perform this spawn, which... What? What does this selector do? Tick to B and never to C. Never ever to C. Because why would it, you know? Is that pulsing? Is it like... Well, yeah, because it spawns one, but as soon as it becomes reserved, then it goes off and it just never runs. This reserve thing is the actual main issue here that I need to get rid of. Also, just get out of here. The condition for moving on to the next step is wrong anyway, so let me back up and think about that. Regardless of whether or not we attempt to spawn one, we want to move on to the next, probably after a frame delay. So probably what I'll do is, I'll make a done down thing. Which can fire either after this spawn happens or I just remembered the thing that I really should have tried first. Which is just to remove the power wires on these. I'm changing too many things at once, but you know, it's fine. So, once we... So it can happen either in that case or when we fail to do another one. I'll put this down here, but sort of consider that a to-do. What? Oh my god, moving this up moved the guy up. Oh, thank you, Windows. Okay, this is fine. I need to collapse this or all these wires will drive me insane. Well, it's kind of working except for the part where it spawns things to the right regardless. Which is nice because, you know, I didn't want it to do that. They both wanted to go to the same place. So this whole reserve tactic didn't even work. Did it actually update the reserve property on this? Yeah, it did set it as reserved. So it didn't even work. It didn't even work, man. I guess I should get rid of this because I wanted to have it use this done down as the signal. To go into here. Not that that'll matter. They still both went to the exact same spot. Exact same spot. So this thing currently, well, here, let me look at a different one in the process here. We're gonna watch this one. And when the down one marks as okay, so it's currently like on this tile, right? So it's currently looking at the tile to the right. It sees that it has height 2, which is how we know it's looking at the right one. It sees that it's not reserved, which means we can see down here that all the preconditions are met for us to spawn one to the right, which makes sense, I guess. Except, okay, so let's pull this one off to the side. That's one of the elves we want to look at. Now this one, we're looking at the down one, which this one's also not reserved. So it has the preconditions to spawn down onto the same tile. Now who is going to reserve first? The one going to the right has not yet fired that. Did they really both go like on the same frame? Because now the one to the right is reserved. And the one down is reserved, but they like moved on at the same exact time. Wow. Screw that, man. What if we just slow it down, you know? I think that they actually managed to land on the same frame. No, dude. Are they? No, they're always timing out exactly the same way, aren't they? They are. That is stupid. That is stupid. I'm getting so unlucky here because the delays are stacking up exactly right for them to still happen at the exact same time. So I say heck with it. And let's just make each of these have a different time. Haha. This will surely fix my problems. How? How are they still lining up at the same time? There's no way. No, there's no way, dude. There's no way. What is, like, what am I doing wrong here? What am I doing wrong? Okay, hold on. I have to put this back to what it was before. Maybe they are explicitly synchronizing on something. Because I didn't, in fact, set this up, so they're probably all waiting for something. So if this is true and conditions are not met, then move on. This doesn't make any freaking sense. And again, maybe it doesn't matter because that guy actually got all the way. Finally, they're actually performing the logic correctly. They've made it farther up the mountain than ever before. So, you know, it's all working great, obviously. Yeah, you know what? What if I just say forget this whole reservation system? It was a bad idea. I don't want to think about it anymore. It makes me sad. And we'll just forget that I ever did anything with it. You know, does that seem reasonable? Why do you still have the E? There we go. And you, get rid of that. Are you really stuck sliding again? All 100 of you? The worst. Stop getting stuck, I beg you. Just frickin' jump. Just jump, please. Please. Ugh. Okay. So what does this mean now? I just need like a jump on a regular interval thing. Let's make a node here, just way up here, called jump, that I can feed into the old jumperino. Because that has to be wired into something on the like puppet logic here, right? That didn't work. Let's try again. I messed up something. Can I make you jump? Oh. I can make you jump. So that's where jump goes. And if I want to have it jump after like a long time away from the target, then perhaps it would be like if we're not at the target, then reset this like 3-second timer. And when it finishes, jump. Also power it on when we're far away. We'll do this double up trick. What? Okay, fair enough. The jump works. That worked pretty well. Only these guys got stuck. Maybe I can make them continue by doing that. I love that extra jump there. Because they get like stuck sliding, but then they eventually stand up. And then their scripts eventually force them to jump, except for these, which are apparently beyond help. Which is fascinating to me. How can you be beyond help? And also, why are you stuck at all? You know, like... Let's try not doing the pulse, but doing the finished. Why they're getting stuck in slidey mode in between these things is beyond me. Boy, nothing can save you, huh? It just, timer no reset, elf be stuck. And that is just the way it is. Neat. I kind of do need to fix this though. Like, it's actually not good. I am a little confused here by the fact that, like, here, maybe I'll just make the timer longer, to be honest. Give them time to get out of their stupid slidey state. mean, this seems to be working. I mean, I'm happy with that. They actually seem to be doing what I wanted them to do. Finally. So, what I think also I should do now, well, I mean, I think what I need to do next is actually quite obvious. I need to make it spawn in the up and left directions as well, if those tiles have not been visited before. So let's duplicate a bunch of really horrendous stuff. So this is going to be spawn, let's just do up. Spawn up. This can still be reserved. Well, the reserve thing is literally useless. Get away. And this is done up. Which I can then, this is literally useless. Also, this is just the ascension, and I'll just put that down there. We can leave a little more space for this pile. This is going to be done up. That'll be wired into the third port here. This is going to be freed up to go here, and at this point, well, let's see, no, what else is this going to go into? Into there. This is our up microchip. What this one needs to do is, actually, I'm going to duplicate this one. So I'm just going to subtract one from our z coordinate. It's still going to have its x and z come in from over here. Power for this thing is going to come from here. I'm totally going to miss some random wire in this pile. You know that, right? I need, let's see. This is going to be spawn down, or up. No, this is up. Down, right, up. This is done up. This one, I haven't even created the emitter for that direction of elf. However, I think that because they're all spawning in the center now, I don't have to worry about it. I suppose this means that I wouldn't actually need separate spawners for all these, but I'm paranoid and I dare not change it. So that should allow me to proceed in the up direction as well once I hook these up. So now this corresponds to which of you is up. So if exist and not visited, and height plus, you know, this is nonsense. Like, I should really, first of all, we're not using these. I can tidy this up a lot because these things are only used in like pretty limited places. So like up is only used down here, right? Right is only used down here. We can make the wiring considerably more local going through this. I should really bundle these all up into microchips, shouldn't I? I feel like I don't dare. I just don't dare mess with the layout of this now that I sort of know my way around. I'm sufficiently Stockholm syndromed. It's getting huge. I can just sort of kind of make this a little bit easier to follow by arranging it like this. Just kind of sort of barely, you know? Did I finish wiring any of this? Because that's going to flow into here, which I feel like I need to... do this. And also, like, I should really just get variable modifiers for all the X and Z over here. You don't need to wire them all from the source thing. You can do get for variables this way. Why? Ah, that's why. I was deleting the wrong things. There. So that might be it. Does it spawn up now? It's not... Oh, I didn't wire these up. It was trying to move a bunch of them upwards. The height is less than, and then this is the current pillar's height, +1. Yeah. Progress is made, but they can't spawn left yet, so. So let's do that. Let's do that. Copy all this one more time. Wire up all 1,000 of the things. Let's see, this goes to that thing, this goes to that thing. We'll fix that up so that it's prettier, and that so that it's prettier. We'll pull this down because it really can just be here now. We have to rename these. This is going to be spawn left. This is done left. We need to spawn or duplicate this thing and make it subtract 1 from our x coordinate in order to make us go left. Did that wrong. Hook this up to the power here. Hook up another thing over here. This is done left. There's the spawner up here. Where we can duplicate, duplicate these. This is spawn left. This is done left. That wires in there. And I mean, does that do it? Who can say? They're all just jumping now before they ascend. Wait. Wait, something very fundamentally broke. Cool. I see only one thing coming out of here. I forgot to power that. I knew there would be something. We were sending done left unconditionally, which is causing them to get into the wrong state. Get up there. They're all getting stuck again. This is the worst flood fill of all time. He made it! Woo! That is a milestone. I wonder if I should have them, like, just immediately jump. You know? Because I probably could, right? Just jump immediately upon becoming alive. To be honest, I don't know how I would trigger it. I think maybe... No, actually, I don't know how I would do it. You know, maybe a little of this. This is gonna cause the one guy to jump in place all the time, which is gonna be weird. Although weirdly, that's kind of great. It didn't... Okay, it didn't even fix that problem somehow. It's not really fixing it. Maybe if I sped them up slightly? They're still getting stuck in that exact same spot. I will never understand why. This is very strange. This is great. This is really, really good. I'm very happy with this. Let me see. One thing that well, first of all, I feel like I want to save that. I've only put almost 6 hours into this problem. Let's see here. I wanted to see, how much are these timers going for? 0.4 seconds each. I mean, I know I'm tempting fate, but what if I sped them up? Still seems to work. I just wanted to speed up the going left part a little bit. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So, this is actually really good. I now just need to have the elves count how many steps they have taken and actually apply that to the visited thing. I think that I can basically make it like visited in N, right? I can like, whenever one has been visited, I can save that number. That's exactly what this is. This generation thing that I've had kicking around all this time and been like, oh, I don't know, maybe I'll have a use for it. This is the use for it. So when I track visited, we actually, want to pass in the generation here. So this is going to be a little bit different. Also, this can totally be scooted around slightly. Where if we're close to the destination, we'll power this on, but the signal that we're going to send is that. And then over here, where we actually track visited, I need to put that back. When we track visited, then yeah, that's how that'll work. Now that's not quite right, maybe. What I can do now is put a text displayer on this, or a number displayer, to display the visited number. This is going to be in the scene. It's going to be all sticker moded, so we're going to get rid of some of these things. Make the text, I guess black is probably what I want for this, for now. And like I said, in the scene, and oh, how I hate grid snap. Precise move for me, thanks. Yeah, that'll do, I guess. Why is it displaying 0? It's supposed to be powered off. But very pleasingly. Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice. And I got the wrong answer. Please. Please. It's off by 1, but I think it's because the start square should be 0 instead of 1. I think that's the issue. Because you start in the top left and you reach the goal in 31 steps. So the top left is currently 1, but it should be 0. Which, all that means for me is that I need to send along, I need to subtract 1 from the current gen. I really don't know why they're showing 0. What did I do? No, why? Because now it's not marked as visited? Because it's 0? Alright, fine. We're gonna subtract it from, we're gonna subtract 1 from it on this end of the equation. That's fine. That's fine. We're fine. It's all good. It's fine. We're good. It's fine. For the life of me, I have no idea why it insists on displaying that 0, but you know what? We'll keep the 0. We'll just always show it. You know, it's fine. It's great. We'll grab our -1er here. God, that's not what I wanted. $31 is the expected number, and there it is. Ta-da! That's it. Plug the variable into the power of the number displayer. Well, that's what I did, but it didn't work. Like, explain to me. Like, I don't get it. Like, what? Here, what I can do, let me go into the bake mode again and look at this. It's powered down. Help! Why? Oh, I have preview invisibility on. That's why. I'm almost certain. Maybe that's not it, actually. Huh. Nope, that's not the problem. Not the problem. I'm at a loss for that, but what we can do is just min this, or max this, to 0. Oh, you might be hearing guitar quietly in the background. I have my office door open here. All right. Yeah, there we go. All right, now what I want to do is have this is now like I'm just entering the realm of polish at this point. I want to have them, let's see, can I set the opacity on the elves? Is that a possibility? Hold on. I wonder if this will work. Or if I can even adjust the... Yeah, this is looking at all the puppet stuff, isn't it? I can't set opacity, can I? That's fine. That's fine. But what I am a little curious about is I could hue cycle these elves in order to get a bunch of different colored elves jumping around just for visual variety, you know? How do randomizers work? I've literally never used these. So this would what? Let me pick 4 colors. Oh, you want to send. Oh. Huh. I should just like play with randomizers in general here. How do they do? Do I like pass in a switch here, like hook that up to this? Yeah. So I can then pass one of a few hue cycle values along. And basically what I can do, I think, is whenever I spawn one, oh no, this isn't gonna, you know what, never mind. I'm not gonna bother with all that. Because I realized I would be changing the color of myself and that would be a pain, and like, let's just not. We'll stick with our little red elves. One thing I am curious about, could I put a rocket rotator on these guys? I don't think they care what direction they're facing. Oh, it's like facing sideways, that's right. Forgot that it does that jank. I think he like slightly overshot his mark. Nope. Well, I guess we will just not do that because it just breaks it. You know? Good to know that it just breaks it. This works fine, that doesn't. No one knows why. Making anything reliable in this game is impossible. So baffling. I'm gonna tempt fate one more time. Just to make it faster through this stretch again. So good. So good. All right. So, what does this mean now? I think what this means is that I can shrink all this away and we can go ahead and set up our final pretty scene, which means basically just let me spawn the whole grid just so that I can kind of visually see where it is, and then we will delete this and go ahead and add the usual. Disaster there. Let's see. I was like, maybe I can, you know, put all this on top of our little mountain. I just need to place it roughly correctly because then I'm going to shave down the top of this mountainside. So let's grab the cube tool and go into the shape editor. I guess what I should do, I should actually turn on grid snap for this. I'll make it relatively coarse. Because what I'm gonna do is basically like chop it down to exactly the level of the floor here. I'll make the colors correct before I actually go through with this. But yeah, I just want this like flat segment at the top, you know? Out of here with that music, what the heck? Let's see, can I set the colors and stuff? Okay, is that positioned on the grid? No, it's one below the grid. Or one below the floor. Oh no, it totally isn't. Oh. Did that? No, that wasn't quite right. Still works. Okay. Love that. Where is that one going? Back to 0, 0, huh? Okay, you know what? If stuff like that is gonna break it, then I'm just not gonna bother. Oh, there it is. Okay. What other... Do I want to set up a camera? Do I want to set up Any other scenes? I wish I could do like distant mountains and have that make any sense. I'm probably going to get something that will be very hard to use. Well, on the other hand, God, I hate grid moves so much. It's just unbelievably bad. Yeah, this probably doesn't really help me, like... Yeah, no one will be able to tell that this is just the same mountain copy pasted like 6 or 7 times. No, never. It looks great. Oh, it doesn't set it for like the entire scene? That's kind of sad. I just kind of wanted to have more depth fog. You know? Is there a way to do that? Is that part of Sun and Sky? Didn't mean to go that low. That looks strictly worse. Cool. I don't like any of it. We're just gonna forget about all that and just set up this scene here. Somehow all that broke it. Yep, and now it's fine again. Who can say how this works? I dare not touch anything in this scene. That will do, apparently. That camera angle's not helping. I have to make you unpossessable. There it is. All right. That does it. Here, I gotta get a great thumbnail, you know? And what greater thumbnail? This is a great thumbnail. So, that is all. So yeah, if I go to play this now, watch the whole thing unfold, and I can rewind, and okay, I'll be able to record good video with that once I sign off here. Okay, well, let's release that. Let's add it to my collection. So, wait a minute. How many days here? Wait. That's day 10. I didn't put day 11 on here, apparently. What is this? I don't want to. So, my collection is updated with the start of yet another week. Now, unfortunately, we are here, so I'm 2 days behind, and that's how things are probably gonna stay now. I'm gonna drift farther and farther behind as this goes on, but I will keep attempting these. The thing is that I've now spent, let's see here. If I look at my videos from yesterday, I streamed for about 3.5 hours yesterday on this problem, and almost 3 hours today. So 325 plus 250, we'll call it 315 plus 245 to bring me up to 6 hours, I think. 6 hours. That's a while to spend on one problem. Let's add that to my spreadsheet while I'm thinking of it. One moment. Where is it? Can't find my way around OBS anymore. Day 12 was done in 6 hours. I've been doing others in JavaScript and timing those. I need to go back through other streams. Actually, since I have my video producer open here, day 9, I was streaming for 3:15, so we'll put that at 3 hours. Day 10, I was streaming for also 3 hours. Day 8 was 3 hours? 5? No, 3. They were all ballpark 3 hours. Except day 7 was, oh, you're kidding me. Day 7 was, these are really all tracking, oh my goodness. Why you gotta be like that? These are durations. Day 7 was 5. 5, or did I do 2? I have no idea. Did I do 2 problems that day? I'll have to go back and look at that later. I'm not gonna bother now. I'll have all the VODs to sort through for research purposes later. So, that, I guess, does it for today. Thanks for hanging out. I'm glad to have gotten through another problem and one of the weirder solutions I've done. I now know how to spawn infinitely. I can do recursion now, basically, which is a really great skill to have. Like, I mean, I'm kind of kidding around, but like, no joke, that is actually kind of a good thing to have. Being able to do this flood fill, this is a difficult algorithm to do in Dreams. And it definitely took some doing, and I beat my head against it a lot, but now I know techniques for doing flood fills. So, and recursion. So, yay. I will be back again tomorrow night for day 13. Only 2 days behind, it's good. So, thanks all for hanging out. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.